I was, looking at the schools today and some things were brought up here, and it's like approximately 6 years ago, 5 to 6 years ago, the borough, made a decision to spend, I believe it was $140,000 to redo the fencing around the Lindbergh School field. That was like 5 or 6 years ago. It's never done. Then, 3 years ago, mayor and council decided they're gonna do fencing and repair the battle cages and different things around Lindbergh Field for $160,000. Was never done. Gentlemen, the softball batting cage is dangerous. We don't have teams playing on that field anymore at the school level. We play down the county, we play at other school systems, we do not play on Lindbergh Field. The only people that play there is the town's recreation department. They have, kids go down there, they have softball, they have different things going on. Please, this year, please, that softball field batting cage is dangerous. The fences around the school, we have people climbing them, jumping through them, walking through them, just, they were put in by with a county grant over 30 years ago. They are in poor shape. School does not have the money for it. I beg every day for it. The school does not have the money to do it. It's something that the town did change, and like I said, they put that all, we don't use it. I recommended to my superintendent that we do not use the baseball, the softball, batting cage and the fencing around it. It is rusted, dangerous, and can fall. Anything you can do to help over there. It's not even for the students, it's not for the school. It's for, I don't wanna see any child, recreation, or any person, get hurt with that school system.
I agree, thank you very much, and as you know, we have good liaisons, we're very interested here. Stephanie kind of gets to the bottom of it with the Board of Ed members. As you know, it is their responsibility to handle that, but however, it is all in the best interest. No, listen to me, we have to work together with the Board of Ed, plain and simple.
I've been, how long I've been on, trying to get money from them to do it, and it's just never, they put money to it, and then emergency came up, and I'm like,
Understood.
The children are first. I do understand that the school, look at the schools. I fight every day. I'm the guy that fights to get things done. Me and the superintendent hardly even talk to each other anymore for these reasons. I need money. I keep telling them, I need money to fix the schools.
Thank you for being there, thank you for being the leader, letting us know, I appreciate that, we appreciate you here, as always. Your history, your support, and your dedication to the Board of Ed is stellar. So we'll take that into consideration. Mr. B.A., do you have any information concerning his comment?
No, we don't fund projects, if there's grant money available, we'll try to seek them out and get them.
So in the meantime, concerning that situation, our liaison, Stephanie Jang, would love to, if you can, talk to them and give us a report for next month meeting, please.
Yeah, we need.
All right. I'll get her a wheelbarrow.
And also,
Right, and also Jason is a chairperson there right now. My apologies, Jason, I just forgot. Yeah, so these two guys are gonna, they've been around the block. Jason has great experience. He does care for the
My
education.
problem is I see in their budget, and it is recommended to us that we don't have it.
Well,
And that's why like I said, we had, the council passed, like I said, it was $140,000 that they put into the budget to spend on these things 6 years ago. Then 3 years ago was $160,000 or $165,000 to do the same job, which I guess 3 years, that's a fair amount because the way things are. The inflation rate is going, and I said, and it still has not, it's been put into your budget, seen it in the budget and the standings, but it's never been spent.
Listen, so if you two council members would do us a big favor for the public to find the answers to his questions, we're all
yes,
interested as well.
Mrs. Plazo, instead of one, now we have two, so you're gonna have a better future.
That's a lot of fun now.
And also,
Thank you.
another good thing is, there are newly elected Board of Ed members, and I firmly believe they're really,
They're working on it, I can see it.
no, as in like working together. We wanna work together here as well. I wanna work with everybody here, so we could all kinda come together. We don't want,
Anytime you need me, I'm here, like I said, they know that,
All right,
do
good.
I'll twist arms if I have to.
good.
Well, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up, we're almost done. Any more questions? Okay, you're gonna have to go.
Yeah. Sorry, folks, you get the benefit of Mike for a few minutes here.
Oh, excuse me, did I have your
Please,
name?
please, you're out of order.
Oh,
Please wait.
Before he leaves, I wanna know his name.
Oh, Matthew Mensch. M-O-E-N-C-H, the O is silent.
Thank you. Would you please introduce yourself?
Oh, certainly, Mayor. My name is Michael Collins. I'm law partners with your new borough attorney, Matthew Mensch. Our firm is King, Mensch and Collins. We apologize for the substitution, but we had a slightly short notice of tonight's meeting, so we were just trying to cover for each other here and look forward to working with
Well,
you.
thank you for covering for us, we appreciate that. Any more questions, please? Please go ahead.
Yes, my name's Rosemary Lonis. I'm here 57 Bergen Boulevard. I'm here on behalf of the Palisade Park Boys Basketball Team. The Greater Palisades Elks Lodge is having a fundraiser for them on March 17th. I reached out to the Board of Education. I've got donations from every board member, and I'm reaching out to the mayor and council. If everybody can please buy a ticket, and if anybody in town would like to come, it's $20. We're trying to raise money for new uniforms.
Great. Could you please tell us the time and place?
March 17th, 7 p.m., Greater Palisades Elks Lodge, 536 10th Street.
Thank you. Any more questions?
Hi, this is Sue Zhang, 237 Central Boulevard. Today, I thought I would have a lot of questions, but I can't really narrow down my questions because I was in and out for the past few meetings. But I was looking at the meeting minutes on the website, I couldn't find any after September. Is that only my computer or it's not on from September? The meeting minutes on,
They've been posted through October, the rest aren't done yet. So September,
but
October.
September and October should be on the
We'll
website?
double check. We'll double check.
Well,
if
it's
they're
not, guys, check it every few
If they're
days
not, we'll
about.
put it back up.
Okay, so what's your meeting minutes policy and then what is?
As soon as they're ready, we post them. But it's been a little hectic if you haven't.
As you know, it's been hectic, but we all follow.
Well, I understand this 1-2 months is about September and October.
It was a very special 1-2 month. Please, we understand, we understand. Next, please. Yes, please, lady. please.
Yeah, my name is Yubong Wonyu, 268 Highland Avenue. I think the gentleman mentioned about, council members or mayor that missed, not attending, meeting. Is it possible you could kind of add some ordinance that whoever missing consecutive 2 meetings and step down? Something like it. And that way, I mean, it's not fair to residents, right? We sitting here and you guys not working together, not showing up. I mean, that's really awful, right? It's a really shameful. So if you can put some, I do understand there is some certain time you have to have a, absence, right? Because of some sickness or whatever, right? So if some kind of ordinance like, if any governing body member missing consecutive 2 meetings, then they have to step down or something like it. I don't know that. But anyway, that's number one. Second thing is, I'm deeply concerned about mold issue. Last year, it was so hot issue, one of a hot issue, right? All of a sudden, I don't hear anything. What's going on?
Good, all right. So the first question, our attorney will explain, the second question, if BA, if you don't mind, explain that update, thank you.
Sure, thank you. Through you, Mayor. With respect to meeting absences, as Mr. Mensch explained, certainly members of the Borough Council have, the right to go about their affairs, and if they're unable to make a particular meeting, that is excusable. State law does have provisions that if an individual council member misses an excessive amount of meetings, which I believe are defined as 4 meetings over a greater than 2-month period, there is a means for removal if there isn't a health excuse. And because state law specifically addresses the number of absences required to involve removal of a member, the council does not have the power by ordinance to regulate further. So state law would govern in that instance. And again, it's a heightened requirement of, I believe, 4 meetings over an elongated period. And if there isn't a health excuse, because there's certainly plenty of good reasons why council members may not be able to attend the meeting.
Thank you.
So with regard to the mold, professionals have been hired. There's a company who did a survey of the building. We should be getting results back. As you know, earlier, it was put out to bid, but the bids that came back were not accurate as to what had to be done. So we needed a more specific, tuned report and estimate, bid spec to be sent out. That should be given to us soon, and it'll be bid out properly. The mold is still a problem in the building, and we'll address it.
Thank you. Anybody else? Mr. Longo, name and address, please.
Sure. My name is Peter Longo, 60 East Central Boulevard. When I came here, I had 2 things in mind, but they were already asked. The first one was about the time of the meeting, and I really hope you do take it seriously, because I think it's very important that as many people that are here today come every day, every week to the meetings, because it's important that everyone see what goes on before they make any decisions. The other thing is, I'm happy that you're letting people ask questions and then you get answered immediately. Because sometimes, I know I would ask questions, or other people would, and they were lost sometimes, and that becomes a little frustrating for me. The other thing is, I realized somebody mentioned about a posting that they were gonna vote on, a position somewhere in the police department. They were gonna vote on it at a later date, because they were waiting to see budget monies if it was there. The question, and someone said, was the job posted? I really don't care what job it is. I think every job that is that people are paid for, should be posted. And it should be posted, obviously, on a bulletin board, but really a bulletin board doesn't really serve the best purpose. So easy to put it on a website, the Pal Park website, have a list of jobs, and list the job, when you should apply, what are the requirements, maybe what's the salary. Because I know in the past there were jobs mentioned here I never heard of, and they weren't posted. And I think that would save everyone, frustration, or would reduce suspicions about why this person has a job. Just post it and list everything. And I think it's a simple thing, and it's free. You don't even have to use the newspaper. You have a website that should be updated with all the new openings and their salaries. So I would hope that you would do that. Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes.
About the time of the meeting, I would like that you guys consider it, to make it later, because 5 o'clock is when people get out of work, and unfortunately, they cannot make it. About what Mr. Velasquez mentioned about the fan, I remember that, and also the town put a bond on it. I remember exactly that they put a bond on it. I don't exactly recall the total, but there was a bond in that for the fan. It never happened. And I have a question for the mayor, and I would like to know, what is the employee? Before he was a mayor, he had the authority to give a permission. I made this question today because it was no meeting. We've been waiting for this, or had the opportunity to have a meeting like we had today. You was being absent, unfortunately, and all this meeting. And one of your person doing campaign time have a permit and his card. And I was asked, I asked Gina about who is this person work for the town. Gina said to me verbally that he don't work for town. It kind of worried me about that we giving permits to people to park anywhere officially. I have picture of that, I could show it to you, and his car. That person was your campaign partner and worked for you, and I would like to know if you have the authority to give a permit to park a car wherever he wants. And why you doing that as of being a council and do that to give it to anybody who work with you for your own convenience. I would like to know as a resident.
Okay, I mean, I'm sure the attorney will speak, but let me speak first. I believe that we all have to follow parking ordinances, not just me or you, everybody else. Concerning private parking spaces, I don't know the details, maybe you wanna share that to light, talk to the police officers, talk to me after the meeting, we could always talk about it, okay? So we'll follow through, and we'll take serious consideration about changing the time that'll be more effective for the people to listen and engage in. Anybody else? Okay. I guess- Yeah, Stephanie, go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna need a police, chief report.
Report, yeah.
Sure, is the chief available?
I don't see.
Oh, please, go ahead, you're right. Chief report.
Yeah, I just want to touch on one thing. From December into January, we got involved with the Drive Sober Get Pulled Over campaign. It's a year-end campaign they do every year. We get a grant that's provided by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety.
Can you speak a little louder, please? Thank you.
We got the grant from New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic Safety, okay? What they do is they provide money for us, we can send officers out, and we patrol the streets to see anybody who's drinking and driving. Okay, so, we did it for the course of 1 month, and in doing so, we were able to make three DWI arrests. We had 135 summons issued during that campaign. And we also had 13 careless drivers, along with 108 other violations. So I felt like with that campaign, it was pretty successful. You know, we had the officers riding around through town, you know, obviously enough to keep our town safe on drunk drivers. And I think we were successful by the numbers I gave you guys.
Thank you.
And that's something I want to touch on. Thank you for your time.
Sorry, Chief, was there an incident you want to talk to, some investigation concerning an elderly and the aide?
There was. We had an aide that was looking to take advantage of an elderly woman who was a little bit disabled. And what she was trying to do is try to scam her with her money, personal money, what have you. So this was brought to our attention, and one of our detectives, actually Rory Tennant, the only detective there, I think he did it along with Christopher Shalingo and Detective Michael Lee. They went to the bank, to Valley Bank, where she has her account, and they did an investigation and showed that this woman tried to have her sign a deed over to her house and her bank accounts. So with the cooperation of the bank, what they could provide to us legally in our investigation, which, you know, Detective Tennant really spearheaded, put a lot of time into it, they were able to catch her in these illegal actions, and she was charged for that. So, you know, we saved this woman her house.
Repeat the officer's name, please.
Sure, there was Detective Rory Tennant, Detective Christopher Shalingo, and Detective Michael Lee.
Are they here?
I know Mike Lee was here earlier.
Would you ask them to come to the next meeting? Thank you very much.
And Mayor, if I can, I received a letter from Valley Bank that was addressed to yourself and me. I guess they must have not sent it to you. I have a copy, I can give that to you if your records if you like.
Thank you, I'll receive that as record, thank you.
Mr. Espino, can I have a question?
One last question, please, go ahead.
Oh, can I?
Last
Oh,
question.
sorry. Mr. Espino, thank you for having me when I visit you, maybe it was in December regarding on the car accidents on Central Boulevard. At that time, as I told you that I didn't really find the accident that I would in person, witness by myself on the Central Boulevard past year was not on the record. And then, so you say you will bring that other additional months car accident reports to the meeting, but the meeting has canceled that, but today, do you have any data for that? Or
Well,
still, I saw 2 times of accident in January, and then that's just the only accident that I saw by in person, so do you have the report?
Yeah, I did the count, I have my accountant, Asparagus, Sean Asparagus, he did a count for me for the year in that area that you're talking about in Central. Okay, going from Broad Avenue up to 11th Street. We have a total of 23 motor vehicle accidents that occurred at that time. But we believe there may be more because of the fact that there was a New Jersey State crash analysis tool that's a little backed up right now because of COVID-19. So so they're unable to really provide us accurate numbers. But we also reached out to them and asked them what we can do as far as making that area safe, because we told them about the accident that we have. So I know right now, they're forwarding our concerns to an engineer out there in the county, and we're hoping to hear back soon from them, and they can, hopefully give us some type of suggestion or remedy to maybe fix that area, so, hopefully stop these accidents from occurring.
Chief, if you can, if you do get the data before our next meeting, present them to us.
Absolutely.
Please, because we have another meeting right now, we have a
Okay.
zoning meeting, please make it quick. If that's okay, we should come back to the
Okay,
next meeting.
that's okay.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion to close the public portion?
I make a motion.
Close the regular meeting?
Second.
Second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, guys. I'll close